This is topic F on page 140, Animating Objects.
Graphics and images can make your presentation look professional, clarify your key points, and add visual appeal for your audience. But too many static images in sequence appearing within a short period of time can make your presentation look monotonous. The pictures and shapes that you have so carefully formatted could end up boring the audience, distracting their attention from your message. Now that you have your fully formatted visuals in place, you will want to consider adding animation to keep your presentation interesting. PowerPoint gives you the ability to create and customize animation effects that can enhance your presentation and help you further emphasize key points. So here on slide 10, I have my image of my son, my car, my tree. Now if I were to play out this slide in slideshow mode from the current slide, when I get to that slide, they're just there. They don't appear in any way. It's not one after the other. They just appear when the slide appears. I'm going to exit out of that. On our animation tab of our ribbon, we have a variety of built-in animation effects that can transform your static graphics and text into engaging animations. So you first want to select one of your graphics. I'll start with my car. And on this tab in my animation group here, I have a whole gallery of animations. You have different categories here. You have your entrance section, and this is to move objects into the frame or fade them in. So to take a look at some of these, we have a zoom. You can always preview these. You have a swivel, a bounce. So you can take a look at all of your entrance animations here in your gallery. Then you have your emphasis, and this is to draw the audience's attention to a particular object. So you have things like pulse, you have spin, another one, let's see, teeter, kind of rocks back and forth. So they just add emphasis, and then you have a exit category to move objects out of the frame or fade them out. So these are your red animations. So something like float out, split, wipe. You can do a shape. And then lastly, you have your motion paths, and these generate on-screen motion for particular objects. So something like a loop, you can do a shape. Now, for certain animations, let's say our float-in animation. Certain animations have different options. So for float-in, our effect options button is available for us, so we can float up or we can change it to float down. Let's see, our shape entrance, you can do in or out, and then you have the shape of a circle, you have a box, a diamond, or a plus sign. So depending on the animation that you choose, always make sure to take a look at your effect options for that particular animation. Now these animations that are in this gallery, this is not all that is available to you. Down at the bottom you can see you have more entrance effects. If I click on this, it's going to open a dialog box with all of the available entrance effects for you. So there's a lot more than that's in that actual gallery. So you can just select it. You can move your dialog box out of the way to preview it if you want to. So there's a whole lot of them. And again, from that drop down, you can take a look at more emphasis effects, more exit effects, and more motion paths as well. And again, just remember to take a look at the effect options for whichever one you choose there. So again, I showed you how on the slide you just have static images here. Maybe I wanted the car to fly in, and I want it to fly in from the left, like it's driving on the slide. And then my son, I'll have a, let's see, a grow and turn. You can see this particular animation, grow and turn, the effect options is disabled. So there are no changes you can make to that animation. And then our tree, we'll just have that, we'll have a shape one for that. Now, when I preview that slide in slideshow mode from the current slide, it's going to start off with a blank slide, and as I click through, my car zooms in from the left, my son grows and turns, and then my tree comes in with the shape. So it adds a little life to your slide. Now, with these animations, you can slow them down or speed them up if you want. Maybe I wanted my car driving in a little slower. If I click on my car, go to my animations tab, again it shows that I have the fly in animation set to that. In my timing command group, the duration of this animation is a ½ second. If I want to slow that down, I want to increase the duration. So if I brought that up to 1½ seconds and I previewed that, you can see it's coming in slower. Go to my slideshow tab to bring it up full screen for me. So my car came in at a lot slower speed. It's going to take longer for that animation to play out. So again, the higher the duration, the slower the animation is going to be. And you would need to set those individually. Each, you can see as I change the picture that I have selected, the animation changed that's selected and the duration is changed. So be aware of that as you're applying your animations. Now let me switch to slide 11 here, where I have a bunch of images of flowers. And let's say for this first flower, let's see, I applied the, you want grow and turn? Yeah, we'll do grow and turn. Or do we have a spin? Actually, we'll do spin for the emphasis category. So I applied that spin. Now I want all of my other flowers to spin in turn as well. So with this image selected, remember we used a format painter to copy and paste the formatting, let's say from one text box to another text box, instead of individually applying that. I have an animation painter where I can do pretty much the same thing regarding animations, where I can copy and paste them. So I have my spin here. If I maybe wanted to slow it down, I increase the duration to 2 3/4. And I turn my animation painter on, which is on my animations tab in my advanced animation command group. Here I have my animation painter. I can click on that, single click, I can bring it to my next flower, the next in order that I want to go for my animation. And it applies it to that as well. Automatically turned off for me. You can see it applied that duration of 2 3/4 and the spin animation. If I double click on it, same way we have sticky mode for our format painter, we can have that for our animation painter as well. So now I could do my next flower in order. Go to my next. And then last. And then I can single click on my animation painter to disable it. And now when I preview my slide, it'll play out in order that I applied those animations to it. Okay, our next video will be
activity 5-7 on page 143.